something I'm bringing to you here today. That I'm getting ready to do a big project, and I wanted to see how the tide is to see if I can get down in here. I know I've been bringing a lot of connective tissue and flesh lately in my videos because of where it's located. It's about a 2-mile stretch here. Pretty much about the only place that has it like this. I want to get down in here. I didn't think this was much, and I found it the other day, and I got connective tissue and flesh in here just like crazy. And so I'm getting ready to start a big project. It's about 2 miles of this stuff. Just a lot of really fascinating, incredible stuff I'll be bringing over videos over this winter. I'm gonna step down in here right now and show you some of this if I don't fall down and bust my hiney. I thought the wind would be a little more than it is. I'm glad it's not. It might be quite a bit on the camera, I don't know. Here you can see some connective tissue. You can see it. You might, hopefully you can. You can just see the runners on there out across that piece right there. And like I'm gonna show you some of this. The way this stuff is, the structure, the way it's put together, they all have about the same type of pattern, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of that here today. But holy smoke, I put the brakes on. Brakes. Okay, I'll step over here. But all this that I'm walking on right here is flesh. Now the scale of this stuff is so small. If you were to take like if you were to go Google electron scan images of connective tissue, and you'll see what we're kind of dealing with here. We're actually a little bit smaller scale than what you're seeing there. I mean, we're actually on a sub scale of that. I mean, that's how big this stuff is. Here's one right here. Okay, this is connective tissue. You notice how they're always built like this, blocky, you know, like this. They're all, every one of them are like this, chunky in the middle. Then they got different striations out here to the sides. This one don't have it, they're gone. I find a lot of them are eroded away on the outside edge, and the big chunky parts left in the middle. But I have found some that has the whole structure, and I'll be bringing that to you. Here's the rest of it right here. Now this to the left of it, right, this chunk right here, this is, they'd call it eroded basalt, but this is tissue, and this is the edge of the connective tissue, and that's the flesh. I'm gonna step over here. Okay, I'm gonna start right here. I'm bringing into a whole bunch of flesh right there. It has connective tissue running through it. This whole mound right here is flesh, whether it be muscle or whatever, but you can see the connective tissue bands running into it. This one here. And you see this one here. And see how it runs over, and look at that one coming up through there. See that? And that is all flesh as well. All this I'm walking on right here, that as well. That's flesh. Got some connective tissue in it. It's the connective tissue is the real fibrous stuff. That's the stuff you'd find in your meat, you know, the white stuff, the gristle, if you will. I almost missed this one. That one sticks out pretty. Now see, this one, it's a smaller one, but see how it's got the outside edges here? A lot of times those are missing. I just have this centerpiece. Okay, I've got some big ones coming up where I've got the whole thing, and I can show you how they're constructed. Now we're getting into a fibro band here. See how that's real chunky and blocky again? That same thing I've been showing you. It's all eroded away. All this is eroded. Got that one. It's going across the top of that one. So then, this is a video setting up the ones to come, I guess you could say. Come into one of them right here. You can see it. See that going up through there? One right through there. Just loaded in here with it. Just this place is like over the top of having it. It's just and you got a little gap, and you got, they're really inconsistent too. It's not like it's got a pattern, you know, they're spaced exactly so many feet apart or anything like that. So, and this is all flesh in here. It's a massive one here, and that's all flesh. We're walking on the piece of canal. This one has the outside edge to it. See that? On this side, on the other side too. There we go. There we go. All right, this whole thing's one of those bands. I can't, it's got barnacles on that side, but this side still has the outside edge to it. See how blocky it is in here, and then it transitions to this. And I've even found it where it's got, I've got this here, because this isn't showing its true colors. Okay, I'll be showing you some here pretty soon. Those will be showing its colors. And then that's the rest of it going across there. And this piece here is just, look at that going into there. I got that one there, that one there, this one here, and you got the pockets of flesh. They're all surrounded by this connective tissue. See that? Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. I mean, connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. I could do this all day long. Here, this one's got its outside edge. See that? The transition part that goes into the blocky part. Up here's the same thing. Got your connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. I'm standing on the flesh, connective tissue, surrounding the whole thing. That's how it always works. It's connective tissue, it's muscle. I mean, but we're on such a scale, like I told you, electron scan image, we're even a little bit smaller than that, I believe. Look at this one. Connective tissue, both of those, flesh. Connective tissue completely surrounding it. And we're standing on the flesh. See how it comes together right there? This is all connective tissue right here that I'm walking on, this piece. This one's got the outside edge to it, see? The part that transitions into the blocky, right here too. Okay. Jeez, look at it in there. Holy cow, look at that. Woo! All right, I'm gonna step over in there, man. This is just over the top. I mean, just connective tissue running every direction with flesh. I'm on a great big chunk here. Look at this one. Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. I mean, it's just over the top. A lot of this one's just eroded and gone, this connective. So I'll step back over to this one. Man, look at the pock. I gotta step down over into this one. That's just, it's all twisted in there and everything. It's gnarly looking. Look at this, all twists in here. Boy, look at this chunk here. It's all over. Connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh. I mean, it's that simple. That's how easy it is. I mean, you can see it. There's your connective tissue. Here's your flesh. Here's your connective tissue. Little teeny piece of flesh. Connective tissue, flesh, connective tissue, flesh. Yeah, over the top, man. Connective tissue, flesh, connective tissue, flesh, connective tissue, flesh, connective tissue, connective tissue, connective tissue, flesh, 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 flesh. A four-way. That's flesh, that's flesh, that's flesh, that's flesh. Got a four-way connective tissue. Oh, I'm having fun. Look at this. Oh, I want to do that gnarly part. Look, see, I spaced it out already. Let me go back over here. It's everywhere, man. I'm going over the top here. Jeez. I've never seen so much of it in my life. Here we go. There's the outside. See, this is, it's coming apart, but this is the outside edge of how it transitions into this little piece of fibro. See the outside edge here? Same thing as right here. And you got whatever this little coating, it's got this stuff here that they normally call like a taphany here, I think, or something. And then you got the blocky stuff like we've been finding, even on the great big ones, this blocky part in the middle. And you got this outside edge here also, just like you have right here. That is not freaking lava. These are not feeder dikes. Neither are the ones they're calling feeder dikes though. Here you go, you got the outside edge here showing the transition on this great big one. Okay, here we go. I think I'm right in the light though. See the outside edge? How it transitions into this big blocky stuff? This outside edge, oh, it's still there. This outside edge is still there too. Look, this is flesh right here against the edge of it. And this is the transition part, just like I showed you on that little one over there. It's even on the big one. Now, how in the heck does that happen if it's lava? The exact identical stuff happened on small and big. It's all got the same pattern. Volcanic doesn't have the same pattern over and over and over and over, identical, 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 every single time. This does. All of it does. It's always got the blocky in the middle. It's always got the outside edge transitioning into the blocky middle. Every single time. Even though it's eroded a lot of times, it's still there if you look for it. Yeah, because it's not volcanic. That proves it ain't volcanic. There's no way in hell that it's formed that way on every single time. This here's tissue. And there is the stuff I was just showing you, the transition from this stuff to the blocky. Same thing on the other side. All right. Whoa, about fell over there. Wind about blew me over. Look at this one. Twists like that. Right along through here. And that's all flesh. Remember, we got our connective tissue, flesh. Connective tissue, flesh down in here, more connective tissue, flesh in the pocket, flesh here, connective tissue, up to the other connective tissue, and all flesh, and I'm standing on the flesh. Okay,